Today we're going to be talking about the news that was released yesterday regarding Spider-Man 2 and some of the awesome things that we're going to get when the game is released this fall. Bigger map with new locations, character switching and skill trees, and also a huge tease by Peter Parker himself. So let's swing right in. As we saw in the recent gameplay reveal, we saw how fast it was to switch between Peter and Miles. We saw a new borough as well, and this got a lot of folks talking and speculating on how big the open world is going to be. Over the past few days, the game's creative director Brian Intha and game director Ryan Smith have spoken with a number of different game outlets and given a feast of goodies for us to chew on. First, we're going to talk about character switching. We saw in the trailer that this is literally instant, in that you push square and bam, you're with either Miles or Peter. Talking with Eurogamer, the directing duo had this to say about it. When you're playing the main story, we control when you switch between Pete and Miles. It's done in service to the story when we're making those switches for sure. So as you saw in that gameplay reveal, which is a segment of the main story, we are predetermining those based on what we want to do for how the story plays out. We saw this in the trailer that if you're playing as Peter and you're in a different borough, you can instantly switch to Miles who is closer. It's very similar to how you can change characters in GTA 5, but it seems with a bit more eagerness. We also have information on when you're out and about just swinging in free mode. We have content designed around Peter, we have content designed around Miles, and we have content where you can play either, Intha shared. You're able to, in the open world, freely switch between them with a simple button press. They then go into how this character switching will work and tie in with the 3 new skill trees that are coming in the game. We want to make sure that when you do the switch between the heroes, there's a sense of familiarity. They're both Spider-Man, you know how to play the game, but you still have that flexibility in that customization for upgrading each of them with their skill trees. We saw in the gameplay reveal where Miles has the evolved venom powers, whereas Peter has the symbiote abilities. And so those change a bit on how you play, and you can upgrade those in their respective trees as well. So it looks like we're going to be having a lot of fun going around the city trying to get these trees filled. If you're liking what you're watching, it would be great if you could consider subscribing by hitting that big old button. It's free for you and helps me out greatly. Thanks for watching. In other Spidey related news, we have confirmation that we will be having new areas and that the city open world map will be twice the size of the previous Spider-Man games. During an interview with Famitsu, Brian explained the following. We've added Queens and Brooklyn to the map, which makes it roughly twice the size of our previous work. These 2 neighborhoods are a bit smaller and more residential, so they have a different charm than Manhattan. We have prepared some unexpected situations that we have never seen before, such as battles using the river that runs between the neighborhoods, so please look forward to them. With that there, with the rivers running between them, we kind of got a glimpse of this in the gameplay trailer with Miles and Pete going after Lizard and also the Kraven the Hunter team, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. An open world twice the size of the previous games as well, and also having residential areas is going to be so good, and I cannot wait to swing through them. It does get me wondering though, are we going to see missions or are we going to get any training simulations in the neighborhoods? Last but not least, Peter Parker voice actor Yuri Lowenthal was interviewed on the red carpet for the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie, and he had this to say.
You saw the gameplay drop. Some of you said, oh, they showed too much. I assure you, you have seen nothing yet. We've just scratched the surface. It is just the thwip of the Spider-Berg. If I may coin that.
You may.
With Yuri saying this, I cannot wait for this game. Both Spider-Man and Miles Morales games are in my top 5 on the PS5, and I've replayed them God knows how many times. If Yuri is saying that we've literally only just touched the tip of the iceberg, I cannot wait to see what Insomniac Games has in store for us. And I'm surely this game will get the jaw-dropping treatment from everyone when it's released later this fall.